Yo, what's up, guys? Guys, got any questions? Guys, got any travel questions? Mm, mm, um, no. Uh, uh, mm, um, do I still travel, bro? I'm I'm away to the airport right now, man. The reason why I'm doing this office hours is because I finished work. It's 7 a.m. right now because it's 8 a.m. right now because I'm in Korea, and I'm going to the airport. I have to check out my Airbnb in 3 hours. I decided that I'm just going to do an office hours for a couple of hours instead of trying to sleep, not falling asleep, and doing all that type of stuff. So, do I still travel? I am in the middle of like traveling. To answer your question, yes, yes, I still travel. Do I still travel? This motherfucker. Just kidding, guys. Yo, join the Discord, by the way. Link in bio. Link in the bio. The bio has a link in it. Use it. Fucking. Dude, I love my wife, but she just destroys property. You travel. I'm invited to the barbacoa. Thanks, man. How's Korea? Korea's chill, man. We're doing. Oh, we got some people joining. Um, Korea's chill. I prefer Japan, to be honest, but it's fun. I like it. Hey, broski, how's it going, man? 110. How was Mongolia? 9? That's how good Mongolian was. Bro, I cannot find the vid on Pilbara Broom Halls Creek one. Was it deleted? What do you mean? What's Pilbara Broom Halls Creek one? I don't know what that means. Will Latino do good in Korea or Japan? Honestly, like I'm not sure. I think that like Koreans and Japanese have this like huge complex about white people and like being white. So I really it's like one of the few places on planet Earth where they really have like a complex about it. And so I don't know if Latinos would do well there, to be honest. Um Dude, yo JC, did you order an Airbnb? Like did you reserve that Airbnb whose link I sent you? If you did, can you let Lulu know that I sent you? I'm gonna keep on asking JC this because I want to know. Let's see. I'm getting hit with a lot of questions. Um, Little ability to speak Spanish. The only country that you really don't need to speak Spanish for in Latin America um is Costa Rica. But the reason why Costa Rica you don't need to speak Spanish is because it's basically just like Disneyland for Americans. So Yeah, if you really want like a legitimate cultural activity in Latin America, you're gonna need to speak Spanish. Love your channel. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Best let me see. What's the best meta? I don't know what you mean by meta for Eastern European girls. What's my favorite part of Croatia? I've only been to Split in Croatia, so that's my favorite part. But Split was really dope. I also recommend Kotor in Montenegro. That's a really good. Best place in Canada for finding girls, Brazil. Where can I find the voluptuous Latinas? All throughout Latin America, that's what they're famous for. It's like, where can you find, I'm not gonna to gamble on the budget. I don't know what that means to gamble on the budget. What's the best meta for Eastern European women these days? I'm guessing best place for Eastern European women these days? Probably Eastern Europe. Um let me see. Okay. Yeah, please tell her that I sent you if you did. Hello Paul, how's it going? How's my book going? You must have heard this on my other live. Yeah, dude, I'm working on it. I'm 30,000 words. My hope is to get to 40,000 words, and then I actually have a treat for you about that. For people who like these lives, and it seems like people like the lives because I have 60 viewers. It's crazy. One thing that's crazy, by the way, just as like a little bit of a side thing, there's so many accounts on TikTok that so clearly buy their users, buy their followers. I know this because I've been on lives with people with like 500,000 subscribers, 500,000 followers, and they have like 50 viewers. And there's little old me with 30,000 followers, and I have 60 viewers within 10 minutes. Fucking liars. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is once I finish the book, I'm gonna be literally doing a month-long promotion every day, 2 hours of lives to promote the book. By the way, Tony, thanks for all the gifts, man. I appreciate it. If any of you else want to give gifts, I really appreciate it. I have 56 people here. Start giving it up. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing like a month-long promotion of this book. So hopefully all of you buy the book once it's out. It's gonna be called How to Find Your Latina Wife. Best hello from Lima. Hey man, dude, I love Lima. I'm always gonna shout out Lima. People who've been to enough of these lives know that I'm gonna be constant how much I love Lima. How do you avoid getting scammed? Um, Honestly, like you really shouldn't avoid getting scammed that much. This is an unpopular. I'm gonna write this down actually. Part of the reason why I do these lives nowadays is just to give me topics for videos. How to avoid getting scammed. You shouldn't. And the reason why you shouldn't is because like there's so many people who like really fall over themselves to not get scammed, and by doing so, they just like limit their traveling experience. And it's like you kind of have to put yourself in a little bit of danger to really travel around the world, to really travel to other places. And so like I have a similar rule when it comes to like food poisoning. If you're a digital nomad traveling around the world, and let's say you're living around the world, right? And like you're living abroad, right? If you don't get food poisoning at least once every 2, 3 months, you're not really pushing your limits. You know what I mean? It's the same thing that I feel with getting scammed. If you're not getting scammed a little bit, you're not you're not really like pushing yourself. You know what I mean? You're not really traveling. So hey Leo, okay. Leo, I'm blocking you, man. Yeah, guys, sorry for not stopping Limo earlier, but Leo, like, and This is why I hate spammers, and I appreciate all of you guys for not spamming. But the reason why I hate spammers is because like I'll be talking and then I'll see like 50 messages. And so like I will hurry up the train of thought that I'm on in order to like go to the other messages. And so when I see a person just spamming an account, spamming stuff, like, you know, anyway. Um, Let me see. Because of Leo, that little bitch, I had to fucking go down. Okay. Thoughts on the country Georgia. I actually have so I wanted to go to Georgia and then we weren't able to because of my wife's visa. So I'm a little bit upset at Georgia, but I actually really want to visit. I have a friend who lived there for a year and it's one of his favorite countries. Can you talk about visa runs for Thailand? Yeah, they're pretty simple. They're just like they're really boring. You're just gonna be in a bus for like 12 hours. Why have I never visited African countries? Um, so I actually just explained this to somebody, so I don't really feel like giving the whole explanation. But basically, African countries, the problem with African countries is there aren't really budget airlines between the different African countries. So if you want to go from like Tanzania to like, um, Uganda or something, right? It's gonna be like 350. I've done this math. It's gonna be like $350 in order to do that flight, right? The problem with that is that like, you know, like the way I like to travel is I like to go to a place and then just like go around that place, right? And I can't do that in Africa because the flights are so expensive. So that's why. Haven't been to Russia? No, I've not been to Russia. Any tips for first timers going to Thailand? Yeah, go to Vietnam instead. Hesife or Maseo? Neither. Do all Latinas date multiple guys? A lot of them do. I want to make a video about this. I need to actually make the video, but like about the whole distribution graph. Where basically the way that girls are in Latin America is you have girls who are either like real hoes or good girls, versus like in America you have girls that are kind of like in the middle. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, let's join the Discord. So if you're on this chat, please uh yeah, please join the Discord. Are you married? Yes. Are Latinas better in America or abroad? Latinas don't exist in America. In America, they're called Ameritinas, and that is a very different thing from a Latina. So there's no such thing as as a Latina in America. Our healthcare system is better than yours. Okay, I don't care. Ooh, go fuck yourself. What about Portugal? Where can you find the most beautiful ones? I haven't really been to Portugal. Is enough. I don't know. Georgia girls are on top. Yo, people are really gassing up Georgia. Thoughts on Kenya? I've never been to Kenya. Is it better to use USD or exchange and use Mongolian currency? What are you gonna? I mean, typically you just take money out of ATMs. That's what I do. On how to make a video on how to get a passport? Just like I don't know. What's a more best Eastern European country for picking up more traditional wife these days? You probably want to go somewhere in the Balkans, or like Southern Eastern Europe's. By the way, thanks for that gift. I appreciate it. So you probably want to go somewhere like Hungary or like Serbia or something like that. There are a lot of countries in like Eastern Europe that have been just like attacked with like American brain rot. So um, Eastern Europe is getting very progressive nowadays, and so it's not as good. And so is Latin America. I mean, I'm not gonna get into like a whole conversation about it unless you guys like really want me to, but there's definitely a lot of brain rot going around, and it's not great. If there's somebody else spamming this channel, I'm gonna be so pissed. How do you handle Latinas dating multiple guys? Um, don't date the Latinas that are dating multiple guys. That's a very easy way to do it. Thoughts on paying for box? Yeah, I mean, I think that if you're going through a dry streak, it's defensible. If you just need to get practice reps in, it's defensible. But there are a lot of people who make it like an identity, and I don't think that you should do that. The takeover's always got my back. Has the most mixed women in Heo. Awesome. We got some more people joining. Join the Discord. The link is in my bio. The link is in my bio. Would you agree Medellin is overdone? Yeah, 100%. I made a lot of videos about this. You guys should not go to Medellin. Go anywhere else but Medellin. People in Medellin do not want Americans right now, so respect their wishes. Just don't go there. Guys, stop asking the same question 100 times. God fucking damn it, man. Why do I love Lima? Lima is very cheap. It's really pretty on like a day-to-day basis. It doesn't have any like really like scenic things that you can take pictures of, but like walking around it's really pretty. And the quality of it's one of the it's probably the best food city in Latin America. So that's all right. So I really apologize for people who have been like respectfully putting in questions and waiting their time, but I just have all these people spamming me with questions, and so I can't see them anymore. So I really apologize for that. Okay, cool. I'm getting past the spam. All right. Yeah, I blocked Leo. All right, so let's see. So people are making fun of me why like what I'm saying about the like getting sick and stuff. Like no, you don't want to be in in the emergency room every day, obviously, right? But you also you want to get sick a little bit. You want to if you're not burning your hand a little bit, you're not, being aggressive enough. You know what I mean? Holy, I just watched your Slavic Latina. Yo, can I tell you something? I'm so pissed that video didn't do better. That video had the best metrics of any video I've put out, literally ever. So when I saw those metrics, I was like, I'm gonna get another like 3 million view video. And then it just did nothing. I'm pissed about that, man. I'm actually really pissed. Have I ever flown business class? I have. It was really fucking great. I can't justify it to myself, but it's really, really great. If you haven't traveled much, you shouldn't be going to Paraguay. Well, one thing that I think is confusing for some people is that like I give travel advice for people at different stages of their travel career, and the way the TikTok videos work is that it's just not. I can't bake all that nuance into each of my videos. So like Paraguay, you should only be going to Paraguay if you've already gone to Colombia, Peru, and Brazil and Argentina. Your wife lets you go to Thailand. Um, I mean, not really in the way that you're asking me. Where do I stay? I stay in Airbnbs. I don't think I made any videos about Cape Verde. What popular country should I avoid if I don't want gold diggers? Any of the high places that people talk about with all of the girls, Jaco, Medellin, Rio de Janeiro. That's where the gold diggers are going to come at you. Um, I haven't been to Hong Kong, Tijuana, but I know what you're talking about. I gotta pay you for a console, your stuff. Yeah, if you want to, I'm gonna put the link in bio back soon. I'm pushing the Discord now. So I'm pushing that for like the next week. But if you want to pay me for a consult, feel free to just DM me. But right now, please join the Discord. The link is in my bio. Link is in bio. I want to bring a Latino to Europe. How do I join? How do I join the Discord? The link is in the bio. What's your opinion on Fortaleza? My wife hates Fortaleza. She almost got killed in Fortaleza, so I've never been there, but because I'm married to her, I'm probably never gonna be there. Do you ever touch on bringing Latinas to America, Canada? Doesn't the culture ruin them? Yeah, the culture will ruin them. So you should not bring Latinas back to America, but also like it is much cheaper and more affordable for you to live abroad anyway. So like, you shouldn't, you know, fuck. This is I should have guessed that this would happen. I have my Discord and I set up this Discord group for people to join and to talk with each other and everybody share information. And now everyone's fucking DMing me. Don't DM me on Discord. Where do I get a loyal Christian Latina? In a small town in Latin America. Don't go to the big cities. Messiah, if you ask me what neighborhood has the best mixed women in Rio, I am not, I'm blocking you. Bayan Temple in Cambodia. I didn't go to any of the temples in Cambodia, but I hung out in Phnom Penh for a month and it was dope. $1,000 I mean, not including rent, probably a month. Including rent, 2 weeks, something like that. I don't know. What countries can we find trad women? Latin America is where you can find trad women. What makes Argentinian Latinas the best? I'm not the I'm not the I'm not the best person to answer that question because I married a Venezuelan woman. This person pleads for others to follow. So, this message was muted. So this guy said this person pleads for other people to follow him. It's funny because like I have 37,000 followers. So no, I don't plead for anybody to follow me, bro. I'm asking you guys to join the Discord because like I'm trying to build a community, but I'm not pleading. Speaking of which, please people join the Discord. I'm trying to answer all these questions. How do you make sure she doesn't marry you for your papers? Make it very clear that you're not moving to America. You know what I mean? So she can't get papers if you don't live in America. It's impossible for her to get citizenship if she doesn't live in America. So, you know. Best country to get Latina woman without getting stabbed. Sorry, bro. If you want to get a Latina, you're going to get stabbed. That's just gonna happen. Your wife doesn't mind you sharing this info. No, she doesn't mind. I mean, I guess she does mind a little bit, but we're hoping that we can build this channel out as a way to support her family. I still have a full-time job, but I'm hoping to be able to quit it sometime soon and do this full time. Speaking of which, for people who want to help me quit my job and do this full time so I can give you even better videos, um, give a gift. Give one of the gifts. Let's make this the giftiest live I've ever had. Let me see. All IG models in South America have rosters. Yeah, you shouldn't. Ooh, that's a dope gift, man. Um, Never date an IG model. Don't date women on IG at all. Like the type of girls that you want to um like show off to your friends are not the type of girls that you should marry. That's just a very simple rule of thumb to think about. Just never date a girl, never marry a woman or date a woman long term that you want to show off to your friends. Um I'm gonna be in Lima this February. Yo, no go zones. I'm going to be in this. I'm gonna be in Argentina in February. Let's see if we can meet up. I got horrible results on Tinder in Latin America. Where in Latin America? Hey man, you're pretty cool. Hey man, you're pretty cool too. You coming back to Da Nang? Sorry, I'm. This is my last day in Asia, and probably we're gonna be. We're probably not gonna be in Asia for a while though. Yeah, Vietnam is amazing. The good amount of time to spend in one country to get the best experience out of it. I think you need to spend at least I in order to claim that you've been to a country, I think you need to spend at least a week there. At least a week to say that they've been there. Everything else is just a short trip. Which by the way, I've done a lot of short trips and like my country count includes countries that I've been for like a day. You know what I mean? But I don't really care about country count that much. I do a little bit, but not that much. So, a week I think is the minimum. You really should spend at least a month in a country. That's my opinion. You need to spend at least 30 days in a country to really kind of get it. I think you need to spend that amount of time. Like around the third week, you know, you like it starts to fade. You stop seeing it with rose-colored glasses and you start seeing it as a real place. You know what I mean? Um, is colorism the same in all Latin America or differs per country? It definitely that's a really interesting question, Johnny Rock. It differs to an extent per country. So, for example, Lima is probably the most racially segregated city that I've ever been to in my life. It's really weird to be in, actually. To the point where like I didn't see anybody who was wealthy who wasn't either Chinese or very white, and I didn't see anybody like cleaning toilets who wasn't like a brown indigenous person. Places like Brazil are a little bit less on the nose about it, but that being said, they all still believe in the same, racial hierarchy. It's just how strictly it's imposed. Um, Let me see. I've been to Florida. Um, was another good city outside of Hio for an American to work for a month and just reset. The best city for me in Brazil, and by the way, guys, please join the Discord. Click the link in the bio and join the Discord. Honestly, one of the main reasons why I want to join the Discord is because a lot of the people in Discord have a lot more specific information than I do. I'm a generalist. My specialty is in Latin America, but fundamentally, I'm a generalist. I've been to a lot of different places, right? There are some people who really know specific places in that Discord, and so you're gonna get a lot better information if you really want information by joining the Discord. First time traveling out of the US, where would you recommend? Vietnam. Best place in Brazil to visit. If you're going for your first time in Brazil, don't overthink it. Go to Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro is the most beautiful city on planet Earth. That being said, if you're going for like your fifth time to Brazil, don't go to Rio, go somewhere else. But Rio de Janeiro is the most beautiful place on planet Earth. It's one of those things where like, do you ever like look at like a really hot girl who's crazy and you're like, it makes sense that you are this hot. I know you're saying it makes sense that you're this hot, or it makes sense that you're this crazy because you not get away with this bullshit if you weren't this hot. You know what I mean? Do you pick countries where women are poor and desperate? No, I do not do that. Ever went to Vietnam? Yep, I love Vietnam. What's the Discord? The link is in the bio. Do you ever think about getting back in the game and putting the jersey back on? Nope, I'm very happily retired. I love my wife so much. And I think that most people should aim to get married and settle down, but I'm not going to preach um in this live. Um Yo, what's up, Paul? Hey, how's it going, man? Oh, nice, man. How's it going? Let me see. Now I have a lot of people asking to be guests. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, you can testify about how great the Discord is, right? It's the best Discord you've ever been a part of. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, I just post pics of hot chicks that I dated. Everyone is probably like, how the fuck?
Yeah. Anyway,
Only like the elite talent looks wise, but they're psychotic, so that's the big flaw.
yeah, I mean that's how it always goes. Here, I'm actually gonna stop this YouTube live because I'm not even pushing my YouTube right now, and then I'm just gonna put my